Was a girl running in our group. She had a high-speed motor in a 40 Ford coupe. She had a racing cam and a supercharged. Look at Buddy, hot rod and large. She's a hot rod. She's a hot rod.
Ford Motor Company on Friday issued a recall for, and this is killing me. And I'll tell you, I have two reasons why it's killing me. A recall for less than 75 might be the smallest recall I ever heard of. Mustang Mach-E crossovers with defective subframe bolts. What is with all these people and bolts and subframe? What is with this? Adding another hiccup for the launch of one of its newest high-profile vehicles. Ford says roughly 94% of the 1,258 total affected vehicles in the U.S. and all 90 in Canada will be fixed before they reach customers. See, the recall, there's only about 75 people got Mustang Mach-E's. All these other ones they're talking about are still sitting in the showroom or not built yet. I hope they fix the subframe bolts before they make any more. Jeez. But I have two problems with that. First of all, it's another brand new Ford being recalled, like the Bronco, the Mach-E. But why can't they just call it the Mach-E? Why did they have to ruin the iconic name of Mustang? I mean, General Motors is going to build an all-electric Corvette now, Eric.
I seen that.
What are they going to call it? The Corvette X? I mean, they better just leave the Corvette name off of it.
Let me see. So they got the
Let them make up a name. The Mach-E was good. They could just leave it with Mustang. Could have just been called a Mach. It doesn't look like a Mustang you ever saw.
No.
No, it's a Mach-E. It's not a Mustang. It's not the classic performance car that you and I know. Not fair. I hate that they did that. Here, Toyota, the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, NHTSA, said the preliminary evaluation into 2013 and 2018 RAV4 vehicles has come after 11 reports of fires. U.S. auto safety regulators said Monday they're opening a probe into nearly 1.9 Toyota RAV4s for fire risk. They don't tell me what the fire is, though. Yeah, I don't think they want me to know. Toyota is aware that the NHTSA has opened this investigation, and we are cooperating with this agency, said Toyota spokesman Ed Helwig. Well, he doesn't sound Japanese to me. The RAV4 is by far Toyota's best-selling vehicle in the U.S. I mean, they sell, oh my God, so many RAV4s. That is their hot seller here. Yeah, big deal. Well, here is our first recall and our first dilemma over electric cars. All electric car, not hybrid, not fuel cell, it's an electric, it's all electric. Oh yeah. Hyundai has revised quarterly earnings. That's how big a recall this is. Despite reports that LG Chemical will pay most of the estimated $900 million in costs for this recall. A large global recall of mostly Kona, that's Hyundai Kona electric crossovers, has led Hyundai Motor Group to sharply revise down fourth quarter operating profits, although reports said battery maker LG Chem was going to buy this. Well, we don't know that for sure. LG will assume 70% of the estimated $90 million in costs to replace battery systems in 82,000 Kona vehicles globally, according to the Yonhap news agency and other South Korean media. Here's the deal. That they made them all bad. I mean, and LG Chemical. Why would anybody buy another battery from them? Hyundai said on Thursday it's revising down fourth quarter operating profits by 300 billion won, or 265 million bucks, or nearly a fifth, to 1.3 trillion won, while LG Chemical slashed its operating profit by more than 80% to 119 billion won. Why, if you had to recall 82,000 battery vehicles, why would you buy another battery from them?
You know, it's funny you say that because I have a friend who has a Kona, and during the snowstorm, her battery kind of, it turned off on her.
Exactly, that's what the problem is.
It didn't turn on. It didn't do anything.
Then they catch fire.
Yeah, and luckily it didn't go to that point, but it was just out of nowhere. She didn't work, and her car just didn't turn on afterwards, like at all. And it was just a bad battery.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, one of our best listeners, Nancy, is out there, and her husband was in the shop yesterday. We have the club where you buy 4 oil changes, you get the 5th one free.
Yes.
He made sure that he got the 5th oil change. So Nance, you got stuck to you. That's just not right. Donnie, Donnie. But hey, it is what it is. They gotta make it happen. I just love it. That's husband and wife. What are you gonna do? So this girl's Kona quit.
Yeah.
Luckily, it quit on her and didn't go up in flames.
No, she was on furlough, so she was just at home.
Okay. Well, what do you suppose is the next? Everybody knows that they're hurting. They got no chips. They need chips to build these cars, and they're getting away with it. They're building here, building there. I got a story in here you're going to love about Hyundai. Anyway, the chip shortage has stymied and shut down or slowed down manufacturing in Detroit and across the world. Well, what do you suppose the next shortage is? I get a kick out of this. This is after the storm in Texas. After the unprecedented winter storm in Texas and other states last month, automakers and suppliers could be slammed by yet another devastating parts shortage that could idle seating plants as early as next week. Seats. The blizzard halted the region's critical petrochemical plants, which could lead to a shortage in automotive seating foam, industry sources say. I once had a beer with not enough foam on it. The storm that left millions without heat or power amid sub-freezing temperatures has impacted production of oil refinery byproducts used to make propylene oxide, needed for the polyurethane foam found in auto vehicles. So they don't have any soft foam. The potential shortage comes as the supply-constrained industry navigates an unexpected rebound in consumer demand and an alarming microchip shortage that has halted production lines for a number of automakers. So not only are they kneeling before the chip makers, now they got no foam. They got no foam. Boy, George, you're just terrible. They have no foam. Wow. Oh, sometimes I amaze myself. Can you imagine? Well, we finally got some chips. We can build some more electric vehicles. Oh, we got no seats. So you're going to get your new Tesla. It's going to come with a milk crate. You can sit on a milk crate.
Comfortable.
Yeah,
very comfy.
I guess they can be. I don't know. I don't know. I never tried to put this big can of mine on a milk crate. FCA, this is a follow-up on the FCA UAW scandal. This kills me. But the FCA, the headline says FCA pleads guilty to violating U.S. labor law amid UAW scandal. Fiat Chrysler U.S. said on Monday pleaded guilty to a single count of conspiracy to violate the Labor Management Relations Act as a part of the criminal probe tied to the ongoing UAW corruption scandal. As part of its plea agreement, the automaker is now owned by Stellantis, will pay a $30 million fine and accept an independent compliance monitor for 3 years. So they're getting a babysitter is what they're getting. They're going to get babysat. Speaking in front of U.S. District Judge Paul Borman, representatives for the automaker admitted that between 2009 and 2016, FCA made more than $3.5 million in illegal payments to UAW officials for lavish parties, home mortgage payments, fancy meals, and expensive golf outings. Much of the money was funneled through the National Training Center, operated jointly with the union, which both sides now have agreed to shut it down. Well, who's going to train our people, our workers? This is just a slam. The rank and file guys got no clue. They have got no. I got to get rid of that word "got." They have no clue as to how bad the fat cats stuck it to them. And now there's going to be no more training vehicle. There's no more training place. And because they ate up all the money going to parties and stuff. And now rather than build it back up and have a training place, you're going to end up with unskilled workers again. You're going to be on the job training. That's the only thing they've got. Not right. No, you union fat cats in the UAW, pooey on you. Pooey. Every week I decide I'm going to do something a little different, and I never get to do it because certain stories won't go away, like that UAW one. Well, Carlos the Edsel, my buddy Carlos Goshen, my man, here's another story that just reeks of intrigue. I love it. The night of Carlos Goshen's arrest some 2 years ago, then Nissan CEO Hiroto Sayakawa lashed out at his former boss as the perpetrator of rampant financial misconduct. Last week in court, however, Sayakawa struck a markedly more charitable tone, showering praise on Goshen as a brilliant business leader who was being shortchanged on a top dollar salary. I wonder what happened there. The witnesses get paid. Testifying in the trial of alleged Goshen enabler Greg Kelly, Sayakawa seemed to back elements of Kelly's defense, saying he thought Goshen deserved the generous retirement packages he signed for the former chairman at Kelly's behest. So this guy's name is on the card. Sayakawa indicated he understood them at the time as post-retirement agreements, not as paycheck for compensation cuts alleged by prosecutors. So in other words, Carlos got to this guy too. I mean, he's changed his tune. And speaking of Carlos, the Edsel, prosecutors in Tokyo confirmed the arrival of Michael Taylor and his son Peter in Japan Tuesday to face charges for smuggling former Nissan chairman Carlos Goshen out of the country in December 2019. The Taylors face a possible 3-year sentence, while Goshen is a free man in Lebanon. I'm telling you, they literally did smuggle him out. They put him in a box. Nissan Motor Company chairman Carlos Goshen was smuggled out of Japan in a corporate escape plot worthy of Hollywood. I told you, Eric. 15 months later, the American man accused of orchestrating his clandestine exit arrived back in the country with his son to face charges. So he's going down. He's gonna spend 3 years in a Japanese prison. Now, I don't know how good that can be or how bad that can be, but I'm not a big fan of rice. And if that's all they feed you, I'm in trouble. Because that's all they eat over there is rice. All right? COVID vaccine. What about it? Nearly a full year after the COVID-19 ignited a period of fear and unease in U.S. auto workers that led to plant shutdowns, strict safety measures, the industry has entered a more hopeful phase in the pandemic fight. At the Jeep Chrysler plant in Belvidere, Illinois, that's the one they want to shut down, in February, Stellantis, who owns Jeep and Chrysler now, became the first automaker in the U.S. to begin vaccinating its hourly workforce. I think that's fantastic. The process moved quickly after Illinois made doses available to frontline essential workers, which it considers those in manufacturing to be. Stellantis was able to roll out the vaccine on short notice because of nearby health facility. It opened last summer in partnership with Swedish American Health System. That's kind of neat that they're going to vaccinate their workers there, Eric.
Yeah, that's good.
That's the way to fly.
For now.
As long as you're negative, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Nice things, some things are going on are pretty cool. CarMax. CarMax plans bonuses for 22,000 employees to reward pandemic efforts. The nation's largest used vehicle retailer, which is CarMax, said the bonuses were going to more than 80% of its employees. Whoa. The company says full-time workers will get $500 and part-time associates will get $250 in recognition of their efforts to provide excellent customer service and introduce new innovative offerings in a year affected by the COVID-19. Of course it was. The bonuses will be included in employees' paychecks on March the 12th. Why, you know what? What a nice guy. CarMax. Good people. Way to go, CarMax. I'm on your side. That's cool. Give him a little bonus. Thanks for working through the pandemic. Come on. What's wrong with that? And here, Ford is compensating Mustang Mach-E buyers for the delay amid the strong demand. Not only are they not building them fast enough, now they've got them recalled where they're not letting them out of the lot or from the plant until they fix the lower control arms that are not right. How do you do that? No. And that's not, no, Mach-E wasn't lower control arms. That was Bronco. Mach-E was something else. But whatever it is, it is. It's a recall, and they got to do that before they ever leave the lot. The automaker said it would cover the first month's payment up to $1,000 for some owners and provide more free charging as 4,500 vehicles are being held up by quality checks. In other words, there's a problem with the Mach-E. Oh well. General Motors is going to do some work here. General Motors is looking to build a second battery plant in the U.S. with South Korean joint venture partner LG Chem. For God's sakes, the Wall Street Journal reported on Thursday, citing people familiar with the matter. The companies are close to completing a decision to locate the plant in Tennessee. LG's Chem battery unit of LG Energy Solutions was said in a statement that it was in talks to make further investments with GM but would not disclose the specifics. LG Energy Solution is also planning additional capacity expansion for other global OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, located in the U.S. I call bull crap on this. This is wrong.
Oh, you scared me for one quick second. When you
No, I wasn't going to get crazy. But I just, this irks me. How does this LG Chemical make a battery for Hyundai that almost ruins the company? And General Motors says, hey, I think that's the guy we want to use. Are you kidding me?
Right.
Oh, does anybody look? Does anybody listen to the Carguy show? Listen to the Carguy show and you'll know.
They should. Every Saturday at 12 o'clock.
Every LG battery stinks. They cost Hyundai billions of dollars, and they're costing themselves billions of dollars. I wouldn't let them do nothing. FedEx, big company. FedEx is partnering to make sure its entire fleet of delivery vans are fully electric by 2040. Whoa. The move is part of an effort to become carbon neutral that same year, with the company planning to plow $2 billion into the global effort. $2 billion for, wow. The Memphis, Tennessee-based company will take a phased approach to electrifying its fleet by 2025. 50% of its purchases of new vehicles will be electric, rising to 100% of all purchases by 2030. Well, let me just tell you, FedEx has more than 200,000 vehicles. Hello. In January, the company announced plans to buy 500 electric vans from General Motors' new commercial venture, Bright Drop. That's a nice thing to call your car company or van company, Bright Drop. What I want to know, first of all, where they're going to plug them in and blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of that going around. But I don't understand how you could just, you can say, that's it, we're going to go carbon, but you're not. You're not actually eco when you have a green electric car. You're not. Electricity comes from somewhere, and 9 times out of 10 it comes from a coal-fired plant. I mean, it does come from dams, it comes from windmills, but it mostly comes from coal-fired plants and big plants, big. I don't know where these people get off thinking, we're gonna. But you know what? It's gonna help. I can't say it won't. I can't say that they're not going to help the carbon footprint at all. But I am going to say they're putting a little too much faith into this right now.